Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 2877 Southeast Brooklyn Street here in Portland. I describe everything as if you're standing in the road facing the front of the house. Right now we're sitting essentially directly underneath the front doorway. We might be offset to it by to the left of it a little bit, but just a few feet, about 3 feet in from the front left corner of the house, you've got a 3-inch ABS clean out. We're underneath the, within the lattice work here under the staircase. Anywho, I'm going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running. We're going to zero out there at the base of the clean out. Get some cobwebs cleaned off the old camera here really quick. Alright, off we go here. Now, I like to point this out and just for educational purposes. That little bit of tan brownish stuff you see kind of coating the pipe walls on the bottom flow line area of the pipe. It's a very minor example of it, but that's grease buildup. And if your line looks like this, you're generally speaking doing a pretty good job at keeping the grease out of your pipe. Bumping out an inch here to 4-inch diameter 3034 PVC pipe. Anyhow, if you are not careful and you put a lot of your cooking oil and grease down the line, it builds up like crazy. I've done almost 25,000 sewer scopes at this point in my career, and I have seen people develop inch-thick grease buildup in less than a year of living in a brand spanking new, never lived in home. So it's especially helpful when you have little ones in the household. It makes your line a lot less forgiving when the line does get abused with improper items, or when kids are flushing big balls of toilet paper down the line, stuff like that. It's a very good living habit to have in place. Helps to mitigate a lot of stuff that would otherwise make its way through the line. So we're swapping over to 6-inch clay pipe here. My camera right now is upside down. Wondering why the water's overhead there. Big, huge root intrusion going to the joint there. Another one right after. Probably going to see them all the way to the main at this point. Big roots. These puppies are huge. Luckily, most of the flow line area there is remaining, by and large, fairly clear. But those are roots I would certainly make the city aware of. My guess is that all of it is probably in city territory. I'm going to locate here and verify all that. From curb to curb, face of the curb to face of curb is city responsibility. So if this was done right, they should have taken all the updated pipe to at least the face of the curb, hopefully a little bit past it. We're going to go locate. We've reached the main here at 45 feet. I have a little bit of a time there getting a good locate signal for some reason. I picked up a signal at one point there, but not strong enough to be confident in it. Now I'm going to pull back here to the transition joint. That's the one I'm the most concerned about, is that's going to tell us if any of this clay pipe is still on property. But it's ones like this, these are the ones that are really concerning. That one's impeding the flow line, where some of these have some openings within them. At the very least, the line needs the roots hacked out of it. But the line has good slope and grade, so I'm hoping if the city can get on this, it's one of those that you don't want to make it a habit of cutting roots like this, because what you can cause if you wait for too long is rapid settling. Cutting those roots out of there gets the line free flowing, but it can also, those roots are also clogging the joints up right now and binding everything together. When you hack them apart, it gets the pipe flowing just fine, but what it can also do, and I've seen it happen many times, is it can allow for a lot of dirt and hydro erosion to take place when you unclog those joints. And I've seen lines like this where people decide to try and kick the can down the road and cut the roots out. I've seen lines go from perfectly graded to 1, 2, 3 inches of standing water in the span of just a couple years. So it's one that hopefully gets updated at some point, not too far from now. I'm going to go locate right here. I'm going to try and position the camera head just right here so we can get a good locate. Hoping we're at the face of the curb here or beyond. All right, these were good installers. They took the update well into the road. That's what you want to have there. We're about 2 feet or so into the street there. So the line, as it makes its way out of the road, it jaunts from the front left corner of the house right over near the driveway. And the line turns and runs. It's either just barely inside the left side edge of the driveway or just barely to the left of that edge. You'll see the white X marking out in the street there with an arrow pointing into the road. That is from that X marking there onto the main. That's where all the root and treated pipe is at. It's getting around 5 foot 8 inches deep there. So that all falls well into city responsibility. Alright. And all the plastic pipe here looks great. It's graded very nicely. Zero standing water issues. And quite a clean line too. So we have good flow all the way to the street. Once you get into the roadway, I mean, the line is still functioning, but those roots are rather concerning. They're very, very big. And they're ones that are, especially if you have anything more than about 1 or 2 adults in here, become pretty concerning once you get high volume going down the line. Until those are repaired, I mean, especially make sure things like wipes, paper towels, flushable wipes aren't going down the line. No balled up toilet paper, stuff like that. But I would certainly forward the video to the city on this one, make them aware of it. Everything on property within homeowner responsibility, though, that we just scoped, all of it is in good condition, clean, has good flow, and is free of defects. Sewer line is functioning properly at this time all the way out to the street.